You do? I didn't have that one written down.
Yeah, from when the ghost got me.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone on stream.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Happy August 1st. Happy full moon.
Oh, shit, it is. Oh, God, it's both, isn't it?
Yep.
No wonder today's been
That's
such a weird day.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to strangle people today.
Apparently, we're supposed to have 2 full moons this month.
I heard that. One is near, like, the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you, guys, how glad I am that I already had this night planned out, because I sat down about 6 times today to try and get anything planned out for tonight, and nothing happened. Like, anytime I tried to do anything today, like 3 hours would pass, and I'd be like, oh, that wasn't half an hour.
But on a positive note, Chris has a character sheet now.
Chris, yeah, that's the only thing I was able to do today. But that's okay, because the himbo deserved it.
He does.
Yes.
You guys want to
And
guess
while-
his thin blood stuff?
Give me just a second.
And
Clan Bane, definitely, because we think we've touched on that before.
Yes. Yep, he has Clan Bane. Clan Curse.
Baby teeth.
He also has Daywalker.
Yep. Yep, and he has got Baby Teeth and Daywalker. The other 2 you guys don't know. Oh, 3, I guess. 2 merits and 1 flaw.
Give me a second. It's not like I'm on that page or anything, so I can't look at it.
Does he also have Thin Blood Alchemist?
No, actually, he does not. He's not smart enough for that. Are you kidding me?
This
boy has 1 intelligence.
Oh.
What about Discipline Affinity?
Nope.
Vampiric Resilience?
You're just going through every single one now.
I'll get one right eventually.
No.
I'm gonna say he's got lifelike.
No, actually, well, he's got Morality's mean. It's
Okay.
like the other one that's almost identically like it, but better.
Does he have Long Bond as his flaw?
He does have that as a flaw. Well, no, not Long Bond. He has a bond as a flaw, but not as a thin blood flaw.
Mm.
What flaw does he have? Vitae dependency?
No.
Oh wait, that does something different. Never mind.
Yeah. He has a bagger for his feeding type, because that's one of the only ways he can get it easily. There's no baby teeth.
He is faith proof.
No, actually. I considered giving that to him, but that is not what he has.
I was hoping.
I considered it. It isn't to say he can't get more things later as he grows. He'll just develop another flaw to go with it if I decide to do that. He has Lucid Dreamer and Sun Faded. I told you, he's like as mortal as you can get as being a thin blood. The blood did not take to him well.
If he could be an 18th gen, he would be an 18th gen.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because he also has Nuit mode, which means his body will change unless he heals it like aggravated damage. And eat food. So yeah, little baby there. The blood did not like him at all.
But we like him.
Yeah, sure.
That's debatable. He's useful.
Yeah. I figured this would make him very useful and keep him around and alive for you guys longer.
Yes. Like I said,
Damien had a page before Chris. At least I think he has one. There we go.
he said he did.
Yeah, he had a page before Chris. Rip.
I believe Kraken hasn't seen this one.
No, Kraken has not seen the ugliest one ever.
Kraken hasn't seen Skinny Cat.
You mean Nosferatu?
Such a sweet little rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, something like that. I think you mean Naked Rat.
My mom had come up with a new name for him.
Oh no.
Because his actual name's Archie. His vet name is Archie, let's put it that way. So my mom was like, he's Archibald ass. And I was like, don't say that around the kids, it's just Archibald.
Yeah. I'm not gonna remember that. He's just gonna be nice. I probably will remember that. I think I remember most of your dog's names for whatever reason. Did you guys have questions before tonight?
Can I just forego the rouse check and pass it?
No. No, but you do have a ghoul, so if you need to feed off him, you only took one last night. He'll be fine to feed off of again today. What?
Talking to the cat.
Okay, so we went over things. You guys have no questions? Okay.
I'm
Gonna do our start. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blood and Hope Detroit. That took me a second to remember. I am your storyteller for the evening, Feyla. Joining me tonight is Buttons playing Uriel,
good evening.
Dengle playing Rufus.
I have Noscat.
I got it right this time. And Nen playing William.
Hello.
Before we begin, this is the world of darkness. There are obviously dark themes and things that might come across as something you might not be able to handle. If that is the case, please feel free to step back. We do recaps. If you can handle it, awesome, come back. If you can't, not a big deal. You can catch up, and hopefully we'll do like a big wrap-up recap soon for both games. Okay. Speaking of recap, take it away.
We fought zombies in a graveyard. Rufus desecrated several graves with his van. The army we brought did most of the work, and Rufus also saw a mausoleum on fire.
The only
To be fair, I played Demolition Derby and won and lost, so
and it wasn't his van, it was someone else's.
All right.
Yep. A couple of the people you brought with you almost died. There's a couple new bonds that are floating around.
We did get to see Quinn do a cool thing, though. That was
Quinn did a
fun.
couple of cool things. Quinn has done a couple of cool things. He's a cool character. I like him.
Yes.
Oblivion ceremonies are disgusting.
Yes, they are. I think we touched on that post-game, like post recording on that one, because it was not Twitch appropriate, not YouTube appropriate. It's a nasty one.
There's worse ones, though.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, he's got some really disgusting ceremonies. Like, ew. So, we left off with William in your haven. Uriel, you were in your haven. And Rufus, you were in Buck's house.
Yes.
Yeah, took over the basement. So, as the sun sets and the night takes over, may I get your rouse checks?
Best.
I also passed.
Pass or fail, Rufus?
There's a reason why I asked the question before we started.
So do you wake up in a pool of your own vitae?
Shortly thereafter, yeah. And Buck just hears a "damn it!"
There was a pile of clothes on your lower half when you woke up.
He wouldn't like bolt upright. He'd just be like, "Damn it!" very loudly.
And you hear a, "What's wrong?"
Same thing that happened yesterday.
Shit. Shower's free.
Can you get the pile of clothes? I don't want to cover them and stuff.
I guess. And I'll go down and do that.
You do realize to fix this, I need to feed.
I guessed. He'll hold out his arm.
Thank you. And he'll do his best to only take the one that he needs.
Go ahead and give me that willpower roll.
I forget I have 5 now.
You went up one, didn't you?
No. It's just unspent willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is 4 successes.
You're good.
Yeah, figured so, but
Yeah,
yeah.
you're good. Okay. It's difficult, but you manage to pull away before taking too much. And you can see him, he's a little bit dizzier now. Doesn't look as steady on his feet. Another feeding probably wouldn't go too well so quickly together.
I'll make sure to get you cookies and some orange juice.
I keep orange juice upstairs. I learned.
It was a joke. Thank you again.
I wasn't joking. I'm gonna go. Then he'll make his way up the stairs.
As he yells up the stairs, do you have something that I can just hose myself off down here?
There's a shot down. There's a tub down there, like a wash tub. And the laundry is downstairs.
That will work. It'll at least get the residuals off.
Yeah, you can, there's like a hose that you can scrub down, and it's a cement floor, so you can just kind of wash right off onto the floor. Which I assume you do.
Yes.
So you get that taken care of. While you are handling your immediate issues, Uriel and William, what are you guys doing?
I need to heal from that superficial that I took.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes before I decide how the rest of this early evening's gonna go.
Yes.
Okay, I do get hungrier.
You get hungrier?
Yes.
You
I do
are
get
at
hungrier,
3.
so I'm now at 3.
Okay.
But that takes care of what little health damage I had. So, with that said, and a little bit strapped for options with most of the herd out of commission after the whole DIA fiasco.
You can contact them. They weren't hurt or injured. They're just not at work.
Okay.
Or they are starting to come back slowly just to take care of some things, but it's a slow process for a lot of them. But they aren't hurt or injured. They're just not in office currently.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
No, it's fine. I just wasn't sure exactly where they would be. Uriel is going to contact one that they haven't fed off of yet.
Okay.
Or at least for a while, and ask them to meet them at their office.
They will get back with you probably about 10-15 minutes after you message them. Be like, sure, that's fine. Do you need me to bring something?
Bring a snack. We might be working late.
Okay. Give me, I don't know, half an hour?
Sure.
So you have some time to kill.
Yeah, with that in mind, Uriel is going to go ahead and make their way over to the DIA, and wait and kind of assess the damage to their quote-unquote personal property, if any.
Okay. Just give me a intelligence and investigation. Or you could do wits and investigation, but I assume intelligence is better.
This evening is off to a great start. I got A success on one blood dice, a skull on the other, and then a regular success.
Okay. So you do succeed. You don't. There's a couple of things missing. There's maybe one important book that you personally had that's missing. But it was just. It wasn't one that dealt with blood sorcery or anything like that. It was just a rare find of a historical book that did seem to allude to the author knowing about Kindred. And it was kind of like an annotated thing. And the rarity come from that there was a question whether annotations came from a Kindred or not, because it seemed like it might have. So it wasn't anything overly crazy, but you are missing a rather important thing that you owned. But we'll get back to you in a moment, because that takes you some time. William.
William's going to wake up, murmur a "God damn it," and then he's going to text Oliver. He's going to let him know that he does, in fact, have a job for him, and he's probably not going to like it.
Okay, Oliver, we'll get back with you. Surprised to hear from you so right now. What do you need me to do?
Nothing immediately. We're currently in the plans of smoking out some of the people who are causing problems. It's most likely going to happen during the day, though.
Okay.
We're working with, well, as you know, I'm working with Rufus, and he's currently developing the plan with a few others.
Do you need me to meet you guys somewhere or something? Like, I don't know what you need from me.
No,
You froze.
Fun.
We'll get
Come back to us, William.
Yeah, we'll get back to William in a minute. When Nen comes back. Rufus.
no, but I will be in contact soon.
You're back. I missed like everything that you said because you broke up in the middle of it.
We will let you know soon. I'll probably be in contact fairly in either the next day or two. But we'll let you know what's going on then. You did?
Okay, just let me know, I guess. Nothing you need from me tonight? One more time?
Not tonight, no, but keep your head down.
Will do, and I have been. Alright, and with that, is there anything else you would like to do other than contact Oliver?
Yeah, he's also going to text Rufus and ask him if he needs to be picked up.
And ask to be picked up, you said?
Yes, because William has his van right now.
Yeah, yes.
Yep. You would receive a "Where did you leave my van?"
Same spot as usual, and William will just leave a reminder for him.
Okay. I will be by to pick it up shortly. I'm getting dressed right now.
Buck would have thrown down a towel for you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so there's anything you'd like to do to kill some time?
It's mostly just going to the list thumbs, wait for the next problem.
So, Rufus, you get the text, you get the message about your van, you get dressed. You are still injured, and your hunger is still rather high. What would you like to do?
Yes. Get the van first.
Okay. You make your way out. The shoes are a little bit uncomfortable. They pinch because they're not quite your size.
Fine, I have one more pair in the van. They're my nice pair, though, so...
You've gone through a lot of shoes lately. So you make your way to the van. Weirdly, while the street is a little bit more dead than it feels like it should be at this time of night, nothing actually seems to be happening right now.
Okay. Out of curiosity, are there any businesses that are open close by that sell clothes and or shoes?
There would be a couple. A couple, like, secondhand stores, definitely. But there's, like, a Walmart.
Yeah. He would prioritize the shoes over anything. And I honestly would probably go get just like a pack of plain t-shirts and some like jogging pants.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like the ones that go when you walk?
No,
Why not?
he's old, but he's not that old.
He is, though.
Well, he doesn't have that old mentality.
So you get your clothes. You get your shoes. I assume you get maybe a couple pairs of shoes to replace the ones you've burned through.
Yeah.
So you
They don't
swing
even
in,
have to be comfortable.
You get a pair of Crocs.
That's fine.
You get a pair of running shoes and a pair of Crocs. So you make your way back to your van after you swung and picked up your things. And it is there waiting for you.
We will unlock it and get in and make sure everything's there that's supposed to be there.
You can give me wits and awareness.
I am not bad at this.
I know. And did William take or move anything when he was there?
Nope.
Okay.
I got 2.
Okay. We'll get back to your search in a moment. Uriel, your person has come to your place while you were in the middle of searching, and they startle you kind of when they knock because you're really zoned in.
Yeah, come on in.
Okay. I'm not sure what you want me to do.
It's okay. Just come here.
Okay. And they walk over to you.
And Uriel will have them sit down and then go about the business of feeding.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy about it? Are you trying to be gentle, or are you just going and doing it?
We'll be gentle about it because we are going to take a little bit. But I can have them forget when I'm done. So.
Okay. Then go ahead and how much you're taking 2 off, I assume?
2, yes.
Okay. So you go ahead and do that, and they startle once they feel that, but relax into it and start getting themselves a little bit worked up after. And
Okay.
then I assume you cloud memory.
Yes, Uriel will cloud memory. Have them forget the immediate feeding.
Okay. So they shake their head like they were trying to remember something. I'm sorry, I thought I was feeling okay when I walked in, but I don't know how much help I'm gonna be.
That's okay. I really just needed your help verifying what's missing. It shouldn't take more than about 10-15 minutes. It's a good thing you brought a snack. You look a little anemic.
Yeah, it was weird. I made the walk here and I was feeling okay. And they pull out what they brought. Okay, what have you done? What did you need me to do?
So, while I was waiting for you to get here, I went through my things and just compiled a list of everything that I've noticed to be missing. I just want you to double check and verify that I haven't missed anything or something hasn't been moved and I just didn't notice it. Like I said, it shouldn't take too terribly long. I'm not expecting to find the things that are missing after everything that happened, but if there's a chance that I missed something, then great.
Yeah. Do you need it done by a certain time?
No, take your time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get that done for you. And they still look like confused, like they don't really know why they feel the way they do. Obviously, you do.
Yeah.
So, do you stay with them and work through it, or do you do something else?
Uriel will stay and work alongside them unless called away to do something else.
Okay. So, back to you, Rufus. You don't find anything missing.
Okay.
Your bag is still under your seat as well.
Okay, he will get that
What's
ready
left
and
of
then. Right.
After you force probably a good quarter of it down someone's throat.
Not my problem. He will split a small portion out, probably enough for a single use, and then we'll call somebody that is usually close by.
Okay.
One that is typically, preferably someone that provides their own, usually, but we'll supplement if needed.
Yeah, there's one of the older, not like super old, but 30, maybe 40. Come when you give them a message. And he might have been pre-indulging.
Prior to our exchange and subsequent feeding, he will ask if he actually has, to make sure he doesn't give him too much.
Yeah, I did.
He'll kind of look him in the eye and be like, "You're not going to use this tonight." And we'll actually use...
I guess I'm not using it tonight.
He'll use compel if he needs to.
Yeah.
Then he'll hand it over. And then, okay, well, besides that, what other things have you done? And then take the normal seats and do his normal ritual of feeding.
Okay. How much would you like to take?
He would like to take 2.
Okay.
If the subject can...
It might leave him feeling a little bit weak. But overall, he seems like a pretty healthy individual. Outside of certain things. But
yeah.
he was one of the more athletic ones that you got to know. Might have had a past doing things for the government.
Okay. We'll make sure that he gets him some cookies or something to eat. I always say
Okay.
cookies, but it doesn't really have to be that. And something with calories to drink as well.
Okay. Yeah, you can
And
get
make
that.
sure that he's good to go on his way.
Do you call anyone to look after him, or you just kind of leave him on his own?
He would make sure that he's close to where he normally hangs out before dropping him back off.
Okay. Yeah, you know where he typically stays, so you can let him go.
Yep. And then immediately afterward, I will deal with my superficial damage, which I have 4, but I healed 2 for every 1 rouse check. So,
Yes.
and I get 1 hungry, and I will take that actually.
Okay. So you are at 0 superficial?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Hey, everyone's looking pretty good now. So, is there anything that you guys would like to do while you seemingly have a pretty simple evening so far?
Rufus will head back home.
To the school?
Yes.
Okay.
Uriel will continue just moving about, doing what they need to kind of get their office back in order. And then once it looks like their person is not feeling quite as unsteady, they will head out, and on their way out they're just gonna see if maybe they can find out what happened to the poor little Tremere fledgling that royally screwed up. See if they can catch a rumor or something.
Okay, are you talking to anyone specifically, or are you just trying to catch rumors?
They'll try to catch rumors, but if they happen to see the 2 ghouls that was with them the night of, they might approach and ask what happened.
Okay, give me wits and awareness.
Okay. I'm gonna burn a willpower to re-roll that. Four on a crit.
Okay. So, you unfortunately don't catch sight of the ghouls. They are seemingly not in the building right now. You don't hear rumors necessarily. But when you start poking around, asking not unusual questions like, do we know exactly what happened that night? What's going on there? You can kind of parse out between different answers that you're given and things you just overhear generally and have overheard, that it sounds like at least the majority of the people don't actually know how anyone got in. It appears that it was potentially covered up. Just the majority of people don't know how the Sabbat got in. And there is rumors of a few people who are missing, not anyone high up, but Skip is one of those people who they're saying is missing, but no one has found his whereabouts.
Interesting.
Yep. Are you going to attempt to dig a little deeper or no?
Not now. I feel like if I start asking too many questions too soon, I'll get some suspicious looks. Uriel will double back to their office and grab that pad of paper that Skip had used, if it's still there.
It is not.
Interesting.
It is not there.
Did
But
Skip
nothing
have an
in-
office?
No, he was so low, he just was basically kind of an errand runner.
Mm-hmm.
So he does not have an office, and nothing else in your office has been moved or anything like that. And that notebook wasn't even in your office, it was one of the general spaces. But where you were told it was and what it looked like and everything, it's not there.
Okay. Is there a database that the DIA keeps on hand of the people that they give access cards to?
Yes, but you wouldn't have access to that.
Okay.
You know it's a thing. There has to be something like that. But you would not have access to it.
Okay.
With the way you aren't fully trusted by them, nor have you really aligned yourself with them, you don't have privileges like that.
But it exists, and that's what I need for now.
It does. You would assume that an employee database with who has what has to exist.
Mm.
Otherwise, how would they keep track of anything?
Exactly. I'll keep that on the back burner for a hot minute.
Okay.
Once I'm sure that things are relatively settled, Uriel is going to see if they can get a little bit of just general work done. See if there's anything that they can work on with restoration wise, or anything like that.
Well, there's lots of that to be done right now.
Yeah, they'll just kind of
like fully damaged, but there was a lot of smoke damage.
Mm-hmm. They'll put in some time, like actually doing work, until called otherwise.
Okay. Just give me a I think you have restoration under your craft, so go ahead and give me dexterity and craft plus your extra dice.
Okay. Dexterity, craft, extra dice. Okay. 4 successes.
Okay. You don't mess anything up. And you help, and you actually are going at a pretty steady pace as you do things. You end up making a little bit of small talk with a few people who are doing other things. And they're people you have worked around before, but haven't really taken time to talk to overly much, being a little bit on the antisocial side that you typically are. Yeah, you get some names and actually start talking with them. And I'll send you some couple of names later. And that takes some time. Then are you still just... William, are you still...
William is actually going to look around for any new activity that's going on in the city.
Okay. In which areas? Or area?
Mainly around this. Currently, mainly around this haven.
Okay. How would you like to do that? Would you like to just case the streets, talk to people, see if you can hear rumors?
case the streets.
Okay, then go ahead and give me wits and streetwise. Okay.
2.
So there is activities going on. None of them are in the immediate threat of your haven. And you can't really tell if it's general problems or Sabbat problems or other Kindred problems. But there is people out causing some slightly more than mischief. More towards Charlotte's area, direction-wise.
Well, let's see if they can find anything more.
Okay. Go ahead and give me... Assumingly you're trying to stay out of sight, so dexterity and stealth?
Other 2.
So you follow them for a while, and it's a small group, only maybe 3 people, 4 people. And you think you're keeping a good enough distance and everything like that. And then, let's see. Forgot my dice tray. You had a 2?
Yes.
2 of them don't seem to notice you at all. Then you follow them for, maybe half an hour. And they're not doing anything that you might think of as Sabbat, like what the Sabbat have been doing. But after a little bit of time, just kind of gently following them, you turn the corner, and one of them turns and looks directly at you. And then kind of like nudges the others, and they take off.
And will you recognize the one that noticed him?
Haven't seen him before.
Just make mental note of what he looked like.
Okay. So that would take you some time to do. In the meantime, Rufus, you get to the school.
Doing a quick check-in with everyone.
Okay. So we'll run down the list and you remind me if there's someone not that I don't touch on that you want to talk to. Starting with Sylvia. She'll report in that there have been a couple of people there tonight. She and Spike found someone that they started to go after, but they did pass out of the edge of your domain before they could get hold of them, because those 2 are not the most athletic of the group. Don't really have a description on them other than seemingly a little on the younger side. Male. Passed to the west, I think it would be. Towards Ellie's, but above Ellie's domain.
That'd be west, yes.
Just making sure I had directions right, because I couldn't 100% remember, because my brain. So Sylvia reports that, but then Hunter and Buffy didn't seem to be really running into too many issues tonight.
Okay.
And then Varia gets back with you that she hasn't seen anything beyond the things that have already been going on in Kat's domain that she has people taken care of. They still seem to be going at a guerrilla-like tactic on her borders, just trying to draw them out and keeping them kind of on their toes as to where they're going to hit next. Somehow purposefully knowing kind of where her domain line is. Just because of, unfortunately, Cassidy had been there a while and been able to map those things out.
Yep.
She hasn't lost anyone yet, but it has come close once or twice, unfortunately.
Okay. We might have to provide some support over there.
Maybe. And a lot of it could and seems to be just the length of time this is going on for. There's only so many of them, and this has been a continuous thing since the start of the week. They've taken a lot of them out, but not enough.
Right.
And they seemingly get new ones every night.
Wonder how that happens.
Thankfully, the zombies that were over in their area have ceased to be, because there apparently was a few raids to push over into their domain too. That's from Peter. Caitlin, we'll get back with you and just saying I'm still helping out with King. Do you want me over there doing stuff with you? We're just trying to keep everything off of the major news networks. There's been a couple of things that would be really bad if they got through. What happened last night?
I took care of a problem.
You caused a big problem, too.
Right, but it took care of the larger problem.
From what I gathered, I guessed, but can we maybe not run cars and explode them in a graveyard again, please?
There were wraiths.
You'll get a link sent to you about a news article that goes about how there is many that were killed last night, and this crazy hit and run is probably a murder of passion because of the intensity of what happened, and it just goes on and lists the people who they know expired, and they try to figure out why a lot of the graves were dug up and everything, but they apparently didn't find any bodies.
No. That part is kind of where you and King come in.
Yeah, this is
or I can do things.
This is what got through after we took care of it. We figured this at least was a better went out than what could have.
Right. You know, there were zombies in a graveyard, and
yeah,
I guess they probably used the term vampire. We're making them.
Yeah.
Or there was a mausoleum fire caused by a crazy hit and run driver. I like that headline better.
So did we. We couldn't not have anything, so this is what we decided on.
And that's fine. I appreciate it. I figured you were smart enough, and I knew King was smart enough to figure something out that would draw a lot less attention.
Yeah.
Still attention, but
Better
we can
attention than it
smooth
could have
this
been.
over. Exactly. And this way, less people actually died.
Yeah, glad you took care of that so quickly.
I do what I can.
Who else would you like to contact?
Check in with Quinn real quick. Just make sure that he's doing okay.
Yeah. Are you texting or calling?
Quinn feels like a call type person.
So you call him. And it's a fairly immediate pickup. Don't tell me anything else is going on tonight.
No, I was just making sure that you were okay. I figured you would
good.
enjoy a call rather than a text message.
It's whatever. I guess everything's fine. I saw the news article. Glad there wasn't mentions of zombies.
Right, we have a then true rat pack taking care of that part of that.
What a interesting combination. Everything seems to be okay on our end. Leanne has me. We're doing a couple of things. If you need me, I can get there in maybe an hour or two. Actually, while he's doing that, I will be right back as well.
Yeah, that might work better for me now. The cat decided to knock off the headphones.
Lovely.
Yes. Apologies. So, I didn't hear what Faye had said, so.
Quinn was letting Rufus know that Leon has him currently working on stuff, and if he needs anything, he'll be there within an hour.
Good timing. That is fine by me. Hopefully I won't need you again, and I greatly appreciate your assistance with the issue that I could not take care of myself last night.
Yeah, glad I was there because that would have been bad.
Yes. Yes, it would have.
If you need me, just let me know.
Absolutely.
Finishing him up some cleanup.
Okay. And then checking in with Chris and Rose and T and whoever else he has numbers for Thin Bloods.
Just those ones. T will get back with you. Yeah, lost. I'm assuming you're texting her.
Yes.
Yeah, lost a couple. Rather unfortunate, but glad you stopped it when you did. We probably couldn't have held out as easily that much longer.
Right. If there's something that I can do to help, don't hesitate to ask. If more things like that pop up, please let me know.
Yeah, just don't make more of us. Grabbed a
Try
couple
not to.
from a new wave the other day, so we're getting them settled.
Yes. I promise you I won't make any more of you. However, I can't guarantee that nobody else will, but I will try to make sure that my immediate associates don't.
That'd be great.
I feel like you have far more than I actually realized and expected, so.
Yeah, they've been trickling in over the past couple of years.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. again, you're more than welcome to move if you want to, but I understand that you're probably comfortable at this point there.
I'll let everyone know if they want to. I'm not going to keep them here.
Okay. That is.
And that was T. Rose will get back with you. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. I'm doing okay. Got a little hurt last night, but better this morning or evening.
Good. It's the good part about our affliction is things like that tend to not stick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the few upsides.
Yes.
And then she'll go quiet. And Chris takes a little bit to get back with you. Are you texting him? Did you text or call him?
You would text first.
So you're waiting around a little bit. And then you actually get a call from him.
Kind of surprised. We'll answer the phone. Yes.
Hey, so I need your help.
Okay.
Yeah, so
What and where?
Charlotte sent me a text. Apparently they know where my sire, I think that's the word for it, might be.
Okay.
And they put me with Casey. And I was gonna call you soon because they said that you were helping take care of a bunch of stuff like this.
Yes. And I know Casey from yesterday, so
Yeah, that's what she said.
very capable. Kind of happy to see her back.
Yeah, she's nice. Nicer than some of the other ones there.
Just let me know where, and either I can pick you up and take you, or I can meet you there. I will grab my people as well.
I can head over to you because, like, she's gonna let me know when she gets a lead again. I'm just finishing up talking with her right now. That's what she was doing apparently before she came to you guys the other day.
Ah. That is... This will be exciting. And finally some closure, at least on my end, for you, even if you don't necessarily care about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel.
Hopefully you'll figure it out by the time we take care of it.
Yeah. Are you at that school?
Yes.
Hey, you're okay if I meet you there?
Yes. There's potentially somebody that you need to meet. I'm about to contact them as well. Just to give a check-in, but it's a new friend of mine. An old friend, but a new friend.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be on my way there. Bye.
I will see you in just a little while.
Okay. I don't stay on the phone awkwardly for a minute because pretty easy to say he's not used to being on the phone overly much, and then he'll hang up.
Yeah. Rufus would probably stay on the phone for like 5 seconds before just hanging up.
Okay.
And then finally he would attempt to call Damien.
Okay. He'll answer.
How are
Yeah.
things?
I'm not really dead.
Like I told you. You want to talk yet?
I don't really know if I want to see you right now.
Understandable.
I am getting hungry though, and I don't want to hurt anyone.
Would you like some pointers on how to do that?
I guess I should. I don't like what happened the last time I was hungry.
Right. Eating before you get too hungry keeps that from happening.
That's good to know.
It's easier to stop yourself.
Where do you want to do that?
If you would like to meet me at the school or somewhere close by that, I would be willing to direct you into a potentially suitable location for you, depending on what you would rather take to take care of that part of yourself.
I'll just meet you at the school. I think that's going to be easier.
Okay. I am here.
Cool. And he'll actually hang up on you.
Okay.
So that's going to take a little bit of time for them to get there. You guys can figure out what you want to do while I try and figure out why my dog's being like this. I'll be able to hear though.
So do you want William and Uriel there for the family reunion? Yeah.
Not immediately. Rufus would send both of you a message of, I potentially have something for you guys to help me with. Something that, William, you should be very vested in. It has to do with Chris.
Ah, I see.
Give us a little bit. However, if you want to slowly start making your way this way, you can. I have something to take care of in about 20-30 minutes, give or take.
Thumbs up emoji.
About the same.
And while Rufus waits on them to get to the school, them being Chris and Damien, he will actually see if there's any like art supplies anywhere that's still viable, and will absolutely just like start doodling on a wall or something, and just making something.
You can find some like pencils, and obviously charcoal is aplenty here.
Yes.
Not so much paint necessarily. It's all pretty much dried up.
Yeah, I figured so.
Charcoal is super easy to find though.
Wonder why. But yeah, he will make some form of art on just a blank wall.
Yeah.
Probably out of charcoal, because that's just the easiest part.
You can give me a craft roll, dex and craft roll if you want on that.
I got one.
It's passable. It's not like a charcoal pencil, So it's you forgive yourself a little bit for it not being as good as you're wanting it to be.
Yeah, it's also not his thing.
Yeah, it's not his medium. Yeah, definitely not a charcoal pencil.
It would probably be like something semi-religious.
Okay.
Just poorly done in his eyes.
Yeah. Maybe a variation of that new symbol he came up with.
Or just like, I don't know, the Rio statue.
Okay. Yeah, so you're working on that, and Chris gets there first. And he makes his way up and kind of like calls out. And you hear it echo.
I'm over here.
Oh. And he'll make his way over. And he looks unsure. Just overall general air of confusion.
Is it about what's potentially going to happen tonight, or is it about what's happening this week?
I mean, I kind of got explained to me what's going on this week, and it's not great. Not at all. I don't know how to feel. Because, like, the guy killed me, I guess. But I also just don't want to see him at all.
That kind of happens. And yours having completely abandoned you, it probably makes it a little bit more of a stab in the back. Somebody was to be a little bit more caring and at least check in on you. It would probably be less bad.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. At some points, I kind of wish it was just you, that I wouldn't have to deal with this.
Well, unfortunately, it's not.
Yeah.
Or fortunately, it's not. Depending on who you look at
Yeah,
the
I mean, like,
perspective of.
being what I am is great. I don't even. I mean, I get hungry and irritated sometimes, and then the whole like losing time thing is weird. But it's not that bad.
Right, I was more so saying about the clan that I am. It's difficult at times.
I don't think I really know. I mean, I've been told what you are, but not really as to why it's so bad.
First and foremost, I can't sleep in the same spot or within a mile of the same spot for 2 nights in a row. And secondly, depending on the situation, I tend to be a little bit more reckless than I really need to be, and that's not necessarily the best thing to do. Which leads me to my next point of the whole reckless and doing things that I don't necessarily mean to do or want to do all the time. There will be an individual that's coming fairly soon that you should probably meet, and I hope that you two can potentially be fairly decent acquaintances, even if you aren't friends. I made a rash and impulsive decision due to my clan being my clan, and they were going to die, and they turned out to be one of us. They don't like it, and I don't blame them.
Wait, so you actually turned someone?
Yes, I did not train them. I was hoping more for a ghouling than anything, but that's not how it turned out. The ghouling would have been far superior.
And about that time, you hear the doors bang open and closed.
And that is probably them, and he just calls out, Damien.
Yeah.
And he'll make his way to wherever the doors are.
And then Chris follows behind you. And Damien is standing in the doorway, kind of hands in his pockets and rocking on his feet.
I assume that you stayed safe yesterday. It looks like you're mostly in one piece if you're not.
Yeah, I went and spent some time with someone I know.
And just bear in mind that your new condition isn't necessarily something that everybody needs to know about, please.
I didn't tell him anything. I just needed to not feel like I died.
And that's fine. That's part of the, I don't want to call it growing, but growing process. Settling process, maybe. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to do that, because you absolutely are, and you should, and I fully support you making as many connections to who you previously were that will still keep you safe as you so see fit, as you need. So your issue that you're running into.
So I went and saw him again before you called. Did you do something to him?
Was it?
Because I know it's someone. It was Dave. I know he's one of the people that you talked to. We all kind of have done things together before for you.
Is that person that he contacted? In full transparency, yes. However, I wasn't aware that you two were that close, and it will not happen again.
He was just kind of showed me the ropes and stuff around here.
Okay. Well, like I said, that will not happen again with him. I can absolutely find any other person that
I
can replace him. It's not, I don't need him specifically. So.
You have your own stuff. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Just don't do to him what you did to me, because like I would not like that.
I don't plan on it. If that's something that you eventually want to do to keep a close friend by you, you can. However, there's better options that I was hoping that this would turn out to be. That being said, let's take care of your issue. By the way, Damien, this is Chris. Chris, this is Damien. Chris is what we like to call a thin blood.
What's that?
Very simply put, they are, most people like to call them not full kindred, but very plainly, there becomes a point where the blood that runs through our veins becomes too diluted to make someone that has the full set of abilities that we have. That's what Chris is. Still depends on blood. Still depends on blood. Still prefers nighttime. However, Chris is one of the few and one of the lucky that can walk during the day.
Oh, and you couldn't have made me into that, now could you?
No, I am too old. My blood is too thick. I assume there's one or two more iterations that you could potentially have after you before one of them is made. However, I'm not 100% sure. We don't keep records like Vendra do, which I will explain to you what they are when you are ready.
Yeah, the name is familiar. I think you gave it to me in that stupid rundown that you gave me, but yeah, not my priority when you were telling me all that.
The high points were, this is what you are, this is kind of the unfortunate reality that is. So,
Yeah.
have you chosen a particular flavor that you like?
What?
I would assume that you aren't one that wants to go to a graveyard and eat parts of people.
That sounds like it's gonna make me throw up whether I can or can't.
Right, and I assume that you're not going to be able to drink out of a bag. Possibility that you can, but I'm not. Yes. Chris doesn't have big enough teeth to do things.
And I'll
So-
show his fang. It's this tiny little nub. Barely sharp.
It's colloquially named baby fangs or baby teeth.
Yeah, I can see why.
Well, it is a fitting name, but not the best name. From what I remember of you, you were one that liked to stick up for people.
Yeah, I've been talking to some people around. Don't worry, not all of them are ones you know.
It's fine. Like I said, make as many connections to who you were without getting yourself in trouble as you can.
Yeah, I
It
think
helps.
I'd like to stick kind of with what I'm familiar with.
So would you like to do much like me and work off a set group of people? Or would you like to...
No, because I don't want to endanger anyone like you did.
So would you like to ambush somebody and that's potentially mugging someone else?
I accidentally made Dave forget some things, so I can probably just do that to make people not know I was there.
Oh, well, that's good. I can just make people do things. Much the same vein of abilities, but yes. Useful, I promise you.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I guess making people forget that I was there would make them not remember me eating them.
lack of a better term, yes. So let's go find somebody that you feel comfortable with, and I will make sure that everything goes according to plan.
Okay. And I'll walk out the doors. And before you walk out, Chris will be like, he really doesn't like you, does he?
It was a bad situation.
What happened?
I made a decision that backfired on him.
Oh,
Beyond that, there's not a whole lot that you need to know right now.
okay.
Trying to fix it as best I can. It will take quite a bit of time.
Do you want me with you, or do you want me to, like, stay here or something?
Going with us to provide a distraction potentially isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. Actually, let me go ahead and let the other two know to start making their way. And we'll pull out his phone. Like, you can start coming this way to Yuri and William.
All right, just let me finish up here and I'll be on my way.
Okay. Okay.
And as you make your way out, Damien is waiting outside.
Or taking Chris to provide a distraction if needed.
Yeah, whatever.
That and showing him how, if he decides that he wants to become more than what he is, which I will explain that process to you later, both of you. Now is not the time nor the place. He's going to have to learn how to do it. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I know someone this way. And he'll lead you off. And it is still in your domain, actually.
Okay.
A little bit more towards the north. But a distance away from your school.
Okay.
And so he makes his way there and just starts kind of wandering around. And we are going to do Uriel get him his first one. You guys are wandering around for a little bit before he recognizes where someone is staying, and he goes over and starts talking to them. And they seem to recognize him and talk to him.
Okay. Rufus will stay a distance away, but close enough to run in and stop if needed.
Yeah, and Chris will stay with you, unless told otherwise.
Yeah, that's what he would be told to do.
Yeah, and you can see Damien kind of, the person's sitting down, and it's hard to make them out near with their pile of stuff. And you can see him put his hand on his shoulder and kind of lean forward, and you assume that he is going to attempt to start feeding there. And he does, and he stays there for a minute. Almost to the point where you start to get worried, but he seems to pull away at that point. And then kind of quickly, like, look back at you, and then you see them, like, make eye contact, and then the kind of person, like, slumps backward a little bit.
Okay.
And then
He'll
you
kind of
can
wait
see,
and
Damien see me, like, making the person comfortable or whatever, and just talking with them. And then he'll make his way back over to you, like, shoulders hunched in and clearly uncomfortable.
it takes a minute. Do everything in my power to make sure that you are as comfortable as you can be and as safe as you can be, at least for the short amount of time that you want to stay around.
It's hard pulling away.
Yes. First little bit, it is absolutely difficult. The more you do things that require use of your new talents, the hungrier you tend to get. So I would try to limit how much you use those.
Yeah,
No.
I don't really want to be reminded. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, do you have somewhere to be, or would you like to walk back to the school with us?
I was gonna stay around here. I didn't stay over here last night. I stayed with Dave.
Okay. Make sure they get something to eat and drink. Take care of your people. And if you need me or want me for any reason, call me. I will be busy fixing another wrong for somebody that isn't as attentive to people, that they do things that they shouldn't do with. Because ultimately that's what led us to this situation.
What, like you and me?
Yes, I shouldn't have put you in that position. That is absolutely my fault, and it will not happen again.
Yeah, well, you can't really kill me twice, can you?
Right, but even with someone else.
Oh, good, because I don't want... would it be a sibling? I don't want that.
Technically speaking, it would be a sibling. There are other ways to grant people abilities, but they don't require this. Again, a talk for a later date when you're ready. Process,
Yeah,
make
might be a while.
connections. Yes. Process, make connections. Let me know what special things that you find that you can do when you find out you can do them.
If I stand still long enough, I can apparently be invisible.
Oh, good. I can move silently even when I'm wearing tap shoes, so.
Yeah, I think mine's more useful to me.
Probably. You know some of my, well, you actually know my entire history, so you understand how that could be useful for me. So, anyway, you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I would like for you to check in with me tomorrow if you can. If you feel okay with doing that.
Yeah, I guess I can text you.
Fine by me. All right, Chris, let's go.
All right. Then you leave Damien there. And he just kind of stands watching you guys walk off for a minute before ducking back into the alley. That was awkward.
Right.
That felt like really personal.
Yes. They were somebody that I used to feed off of. Like I said, I didn't actually kill them. I was responsible for it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to tell me if you don't want to. Not
Tell you
really my
details.
place.
Tell you details when he's willing to talk about it.
Probably never then.
That's what I said too. Took me a while, but as long as the resolution doesn't end up the same way, we're fine.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I ripped my sire's head off.
Oh. Yeah, I don't want that to happen to you.
Yes, I would rather that not to happen to me either. So, it was a very tumultuous week though, so it's fine.
Okay.
Nobody blames anybody for anything that week. Not truly.
Is it like that Purge movie?
I need to get a Wonder if Yuri has anything about it. I'll
Oh,
ask.
it's like everyone can just kind of do whatever they want, and like a bunch of people end up murdering people.
No.
Oh.
Like I said, I'll see if Yuri has any documentation on it. I doubt it because it's a very well covered up event. Let's just say the Indian military was involved and nobody remembers it.
Weird.
Yes. Anyway, back to school.
Yeah. And as you guys are walking back, you hear his phone go off. And it's some pop song that you haven't heard before. And he answers, and it's a text. Oh, Casey's ready. I'm just gonna tell her to meet at the school.
Okay.
If she's free. And I'll send a message off in a minute of walking. Yeah, she's not like actively watching the guy. She just picked up her lead from the other night, so she's gonna be there.
Okay.
And you guys make your way back to the school. And Yuri and William, is there anything you would like to have done within that time frame, or would you just like to head to the school?
Gonna head to the school.
So, William.
Okay, so you guys get there before Rufus gets back. But not too long after, he does show back up, and Chris is in tow with him.
Good evening, Chris.
Hey.
That's quite the look.
You get to go meet Fred. Potentially.
Oh, is this the Toreador you guys have been chasing?
Yes. Casey should be here relatively soon, from what I understand.
Yeah, she's pretty quick.
Yes.
Like,
yes, she
weirdly
is.
fast.
Yes. Trust me. We know.
Things some of us can do. Oh, speaking of odd things, here's a little bit of juicy gossip for you. So you remember how I told you guys that the Sabbat had gotten into the DIA via a disgruntled newcomer?
Yep.
To be polite about it? Apparently there's been like a massive cover-up. Nobody at the DIA, aside from like a handful of people that were actually there, know how they even got in at all. And the kid's been missing ever since. Nobody knows where he went.
Well, that sounds oddly familiar. Because Chris here was made, and then Fred went missing. Nobody could find them.
To be fair, I imagine if a Pyramid loyal Tremere found out their wayward progeny defected, I'm sure they would want to save a little face as well. So I'm not entirely surprised. Pride does run strong in many clans.
Right. Some less so than others. Either way, we'll fix issues as they arise.
That we will.
I do have a question for you. Do you have any documentation on the week before July 4th in 1999, I believe? and events that happened in our world.
I don't know. What do you think, Storyteller? Would I?
Let's see. What dots do you have? You have resources. You yourself do not. That is extremely difficult documentation to come across, and it's not been something that you, I don't believe, have any personal interest in immediately, other than the fact that it is Kindred lore in history. But they're, you know, people. You have resources and ways to get things like that. You could potentially put out some feelers, and you are fairly certain you could get something on it. Maybe not the actual documentation, but you could get probably copies of it.
Well, I don't think I have anything on me personally. It'd be something I'd have to work on getting a hold of.
Right. I didn't expect you to have it on you. However, access to, figured there was decent possibility. I mentioned something to Chris, and letting him realize exactly how terrible we can be is probably not the worst idea ever. That's a very prime example and very good example.
Indeed it is.
Also might make for a good read for somebody else that we both know.
Who?
The person you just met.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be good for him, I guess. Is there like a way I could listen to it instead?
No.
Oh.
And I'm not going to read you a bedtime story, so.
Yes. While written accounts are not particularly frowned upon, technology is a very sore subject among many Kindred circles, especially the circles that tend to have access to that information.
Yeah, that's what's been explained to me. I was just kind of hoping that there'd be like some like recording I could listen to instead. Not online, obviously.
Yes. Believe me, I share the sentiment.
Yeah, I've never been. Reading's always been not something that I like to do in school. It was always difficult.
But you can read.
Yeah.
Not everyone can.
Yeah, I can read.
Literacy rates in certain states are less than 75%, so.
I can read, I just don't like to.
Step 1, ability. Step 2, cultivate said ability.
I don't think I'll ever like it. Just boring.
You're not reading the right things then.
I like comics.
Still reading.
Yeah, not this. This is probably gonna be like those that shit I had to read in school.
Yeah, there's no pictures.
If I
You don't
can
wanna
get
see
my
pictures.
hands on some information, I'll make what do they call it? Spark Notes version? Quick and to the point.
TLDR.
Yes, I'll make a TLDR, and hopefully that'll be a little more digestible for you.
That'd be great. And from behind you, you hear, what are we making a TLDR about? And it's Casey.
The Week of Nightmares.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I wasn't really around then, but I did hear about it.
Fascinating read. You should definitely do that.
Do you have it? Do you have something to read for that? I didn't think that stuff like
We
that
will.
was that common.
It's not. I can give you a first-hand accounting, but we don't have time.
I don't really do that. I mean, I'm sure I could find someone who likes to document that stuff if that's something you want to do. Like, you might get paid for it. There's a couple that hang out in Charlotte's that are like journalists and writers and stuff. So if you're interested, I can put you through to them.
I think we're fine. You might
Okay.
be making a movie, but
What?
documentary is not what it will be if we do it.
From behind you. Yeah, I don't want to play a zombie.
The joke that you're too pretty to be a zombie.
I know.
Again, a joke, but
But
it
it's
makes you
not a
feel
joke
better.
if it's real.
I like that self-confidence.
I have to have something going for me, okay?
I'm being genuine. Self-confidence is a good first step into anything.
Hey, Casey is kind of watching you guys like, wow, what did I get into?
Anyway, your lead.
Yeah. So I heard through like the grapevine that he was hanging around kind of where the Tremere hang out, but he wasn't there when I went to go see him, but I might know where to go. And I assume he's gonna be in Cassidy's old haunt, so like that's gonna be the first clue. So I figure if you guys help me spread out, it'll go a lot faster.
We will move as fast as we can.
Yeah, so I have one of Charlotte's cars. If you guys want to drive with me, I know you have your van thing, so
I will take mine in case I need it.
okay. And she'll give you an address, and it's just inside where Cassidy's thing is. Yeah, so this is the last time that I was able to find anything that someone saw him. So I figured it's a good place to start.
Sounds like a good idea.
And when you pull it up, it's just some secondhand store. Yeah, he's pretty distinctive, so it was easy to at least get a description of him here.
Means
Oh.
it's a good starting point.
Yeah, and this was only like 3 days ago.
Oh, that soon.
Yeah, I was in the middle of following up last night when Charlotte texted me to help you guys, because everyone else that she could send to probably help you was busy.
Again, we appreciate the help.
Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of the same to me. Either way, I'm getting in the middle of Sabat shit.
Yes. That's the point of this week, is to get in the middle of Sabat shit.
Yeah. Yeah, not a fan of them.
Me neither.
I have to assume for different reasons. They tell me you're pretty old.
I am, but they aren't useful to me anymore. They used
Yeah.
to pay me to make masks.
Oh. Oh, you can do that?
So I did. Yes. I assumed that everyone in our world knew.
I kind of in and out. I'll get a hold of you after this.
Spread the word.
It's probably time for a new one. I was given one shortly after I was embraced, which they tell me you've been around a while. I was embraced in the 90s, here in Detroit.
That's fun.
It's not.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you too?
94.
Yeah. About that time.
You got embraced in the late 70s.
Was your sire Sabat?
Don't believe so.
Yeah, mine was. So I don't like him. Let's go.
With that, out in the cars.
Yep. Like that hop jog down the steps of the school out to the car. And it's the same one as from the other night. It's just nice but simple black vehicle. Rolls down the window. Any of you riding with me? Chris
Yeah,
will-
sure, I'll come.
Okay. Chris will shake his head.
I'll stick with these two, and I'll point to Rufus and Chris.
Gotcha, meet you there. And like the minute Uriel closes the door, there's just like loud peel out sound.
Okay. Rufus will not do the same.
Fair. So, it wouldn't take super long for you guys to get there, but was there any conversations you would like to have?
Uriel would probably just ask for a slightly more detailed briefing if they noticed anything out of the ordinary while they were at the shop. If there's anything in particular that we need to be careful of. Things like that.
They bought a couple of different outfits. Still nice looking. Plan shit. But nothing super identifiable, I assume. He was just trying to, like, make himself not be noticed. So, that's where we're at.
Okay.
So you guys can make just small talk on the way. Rufus, William? Chris is kind of quiet, but we'll engage if you guys engage him. If not, we'll just move on.
Rufus doesn't have anything.
So, how do you feel about this, Chris?
I don't really want to do this, but I guess I really should. I'd just rather not see him. But everyone's telling me
yeah.
you should do it, you should do it.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to hold grudges against their sires.
Yeah, he kind of just dumped me, and I'd rather just do the same for him.
Can't really say I blame you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, you just kind of like rather forget the whole thing.
Unfortunately, when you wake up every night wanting blood's kind of a hard thing to forget.
I meant with him. But it's kind of really hard to say no to Charlotte, so I just went along with it. She's real insistent.
Yeah, I don't think she's particularly happy with him.
No, she's not. She was very happy that Casey found her. That's why she called me. Like, I haven't seen her like since that night you guys brought me there. and Deidre called me, and I was really confused, so I went there. Like, confused as to why. But then this happened, so yeah.
Hopefully it's just a quick now and you don't have to think about it again.
Yeah, I hope so. And you guys pull up behind Casey not too long after she gets there. And her and Uriel are just sitting outside, just waiting on you guys. And you show up, get out. And there's a secondhand store behind you. It is currently closed. So yeah, this is the last place I got his thing. And I know Lawrence found him before, like, in the Tremere area, so he seemed to be working his way this way. So that's what we're running off of.
Okay.
Not really sure where her stomping grounds were, though, because, like, I haven't really found anyone who wants to talk from her that knows about her. Either they can't or won't.
I assume that you don't have the ability to make people talk, even if they don't want to.
I mean, there's a couple of us who tried. We got like 2 people. But yeah, so yeah, no one was really willing to. She seems to keep it pretty quiet.
Okay, well, do you have a good starting point?
The store.
A closed store.
Yeah. Well, it closed like 2 hours ago.
Means no witnesses. Well, that just means no witnesses.
Yeah, they recognized him when I was here talking to him. Were able to tell me that he bought a couple of different outfits and he left in a hurry.
Rufus will look around for any cameras on the street.
Go ahead and give me wits and awareness or intelligence and investigation. Any of you?
That is 2 and a skull. So I hope 2 got it.
William got 3.
Uriel got 4 on wits and awareness.
Okay. So there's a fairly obvious looking one in like the doorway of the shop. It's inside the store, but it's like really close to the door. You see that. Uriel, you see that as well. You don't really see any outside. Not a whole lot of that in Detroit.
Okay. Does it look like the one that's inside that's obvious? Can see like the sidewalk in the street?
It's placed pretty like centrally to the door. And William, you saw that too.
Okay. Is anybody good with security cameras?
Not really. Casey. Chris, like, yeah, no.
Me neither.
Uriel kind of sighs. It's not my specialty, per se.
I can probably take care of the alarm and probably take care of the locks if we can get inside there and look at their security cameras. However, that is only if all of you think that that might be a good idea.
Is there like a gas station or a 24-hour adult beverage store around, or just something that looks like it might be open nearby?
You guys passed one maybe a block away. On the opposite side of the street. Like on this street, but it was like a block up.
Do we want to start with that store that's open down the way, see if maybe they saw anything?
Certainly try.
It might eliminate one avenue of escape at the very least.
Right, and you said it was about 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a walk and see if their security cameras are first and foremost on, and secondly able to record and hold information for that long.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of those are like even real around here.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can go do that, I guess. Do we all want to go in, or should we split up? I'm thinking splitting up, but that's up to you.
It might look a little weird if all of us go in. Maybe.
I know what I was thinking.
Also wouldn't hurt for a couple of us to head the other way, see if there's anything else.
Yeah.
So, who looks most professional in the group besides you, Rufus? Because he would absolutely have like changed clothes into something a little bit nicer.
Chris is wearing a similar outfit to the night you guys found him. Very vibrant. Very noticeable. Not as colorful, but still pretty noticeable. Casey's is decent looking. Like, the clothes were obviously nice, but there is some spray paint splatter on the jacket. So it's not professional, but she still is dressed rather nicely.
Okay.
William's doing formal casual.
So probably William, because Uriel would definitely be dressed down with the consideration that they've been doing art restoration with chemicals and paint for several hours earlier in the evening.
Okay. So, Erie, if you would like to go with them, and head down that way, William, you'll go with me and we'll figure out our game plan before we get there.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so you guys split up. Uriel, we'll get with what we are doing shortly. Rufus and William. You guys make your way up the street.
So, are we police officers or are we just concerned citizens looking for a recent missing person?
Not sure if they'll buy the police officer thing. Maybe more of a private eyes.
Maybe not with you. Me, maybe. we can just say that we're looking for someone. And when asked, I'll just use my things.
Sounds good.
As you get up to the door, Rufus, your phone pings, so you got a text notification.
We'll take a look at it.
From Sylvia. Hey, do you have a minute?
It depends. How urgent is this?
Might be something that you want to know. Not 100% sure what's going on with it.
1 second, William, and we'll give her a call.
We'll answer it. Julia on the phone. Yeah, so Hunter was approached by someone, and it's another gang girl. And he claims to have someone who is like trying to get I don't know what the right word is. Like protection from his dometer.
Who's the gang girl?
Was Cassidy.
Okay. Well, that changes a lot of things. Do you have a vehicle?
What?
Do you have a car?
No. Haven't needed one yet.
Hate to ask you to do this. Can you steal one or can you borrow one from someone?
Spike can?
Okay. We are looking for her, obviously. If you can bring that person to me, I would be very, very interested.
Yeah, I think the gang girl's gonna go with him. He seems like really protective over this guy. I don't know. Don't know the story there, but
Do we have a name for anyone?
For which one?
The gang girl or the other one?
Gang girl gave the name of Ken, and the other one, and he wasn't really comfortable giving me a name. He seemed hesitant, so I don't know. We're just calling him Bud.
Okay. Well, I will be fast. It is such and such gas station on this street.
Okay. Spike should be there not too long from now.
Okay. Tell him to take his time. We do have something else we're taking care of first. However, we will be as fast as we can.
Okay. But
And we'll send Casey a message relaying that information.
ooh, I wonder if they know where a hideout is.
I certainly hope so. We will find out as soon as they get here.
Do you want us to keep looking, or do you want to meet up at the gas station?
Keep looking for a minute and we'll meet up at the gas station shortly.
Okay. And she will relay that information to Uriel and Chris.
Oh, okay, cool.
Rufus will give a very quick rundown of Spike is coming with somebody that might be very, very helpful to us.
Hope so.
In the meantime, let's go see if we can find Fred.
So, There is one person at the register. Only person in the store. It's like a small gas station convenience store.
Rufus would walk up to the counter and be like, "Good evening. I've got a question for you, and do your cameras actually work?"
That's a really suspicious question.
Looking for someone who's said to be in the area. I just wanted to confirm that, and you're the only business that's open right now.
That's not
Said
something I'm allowed to do.
Right, but if I were to say that they're a missing child, or would that help at all?
Are they a missing child?
Yes.
Who are you guys?
Friends of the family. Investigating.
So you guys are some sort of detectives?
Yes. Police aren't doing anything about it, just saying that they'll be back in a couple days. We want to make sure that they're okay and get them back sooner.
Give me your manipulation and subterfuge. You know what? Don't even give it to me. It's fine. I rolled nothing.
I was about to say, I actually didn't roll enough for me, so
I got 0. And you can see them biting their lip for a minute and just kind of like shifting their weight. They are real, but they're not real great. What are you guys' names?
John. And this is Luke.
Hey. What do they look like?
Honestly, it would be better. It would be better if we can just take a look at them. I understand that might not be able to do that, but
I'm not
yeah.
supposed to. Oh god, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Fine. And then they will step out from behind the counter and go and lock the door. And be back in 20 minutes. Up. Just follow me.
Thank you.
And they will lead you into a back room. And it's not super great. Very grainy on the screen. And you can see what's happening like in real time. And you can see the street. It's not the clearest view, but you can see it. All right. Do you have a day or time?
It was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I understand that might not necessarily be fully capable of doing that. However, they are supposed to be hanging around the area, so maybe in the last 2 days could have caught them. Who knows?
You don't have times?
They typically like to run around at night. They're not doing like the best things in the world, you know.
All right, have a seat. It's gonna take a while.
Luke, you mind taking care of this for just a minute? I'm gonna update people at the very least, so they don't come here and pester our. I didn't get your name.
Leave the room. I don't want to get in that much trouble, please.
I'll just be right outside. It's fine.
What?
I'll just be right outside. It's fine.
Please don't go into the store. If they see that, I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
No. They won't.
And they'll sit down and start going through stuff. And they do have it on like a fast forward, but it's still gonna take a while because you guys gave them a 2-day time frame with no time frame. With no like hour time. So you guys are gonna sit through 2 days of fast forwarding. 2 nights of fast forwarding.
William is going to sit through 2 nights fast forwarding.
Yeah, what a riveting experience.
Rufus, on the other hand, is there a back door?
Yep.
Okay. Using Silence of Death, you will slip out the back door
Okay.
and make sure to leave it propped open just enough to where you can get back in.
Yeah, you can wedge like a small brick or something in there.
Yes. And he will go to feed the rest of everybody else.
All right. While you do that, Uriel, you guys are walking the streets, and there still really isn't a whole lot of people out. Seems people have cottoned on to they should not be on the streets this week. Like, there's been a lot of problems. And you do see a couple police cars go speeding past with their lights on, but the sound off. So there's a couple people out, but not anything huge. And you guys stop and ask a couple people, but no one seems to know where Fred might be. There's one person who the description seems familiar to them, but not in any way that they could give you real information on. And there are other stores open if you want to attempt to go in and see if we can get see if you can get information from them. But only a couple.
Yeah. Uriel's not the most socially adept person in the world.
Casey's okay.
Uriel would probably turn to Casey. Well, it looks like we're striking out here. Do you want to pop into any of these stores? Try our hands at it to kill time? I'm not the most socially adept person in the world. I'm sure you've caught on by now.
I don't really think that's gonna help overly much. I think talking to that person that they found is gonna be a much better use of our time. Personally. I don't know. If we can get them to talk, I think that'd be the better idea. I had planned on, like, scoping out the streets and seeing if we could find any tags or someplace. Obviously, it looks like it's inhabited when it shouldn't be.
Do you want to go ahead and start that while we wait for these people to show up?
Yeah, we can do that for a little bit. Wits and streetwise?
Really have anything in streetwise, so it's just gonna be wits. This will be fun.
It's fine.
2.
Chris, come on now. It would have been 1. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay. So you guys are walking and just lightly talking as you go about it, and you walk past an alley, and Casey seems to look down it and just stop as you guys keep going, and her head just kind of swivels, and then her body follows and she walks into the alley.
Casey?
Yeah,
Where are you going?
I gotta see this. I saw something.
Oh no, see what?
I need to follow her in. And there's a really nice mural spray painted on the bricks. And she's just staring at it. Like, this is really good.
Is. I'll give you that. But I thought we were looking for tags.
I mean, this is kind of one.
Is there a signature?
Yeah, I don't know who it is, though. It's very clearly very much not a Sabat piece of artwork. And she is fixated on it.
As lovely as this is, I think this is not what we're looking for.
No, but sometimes what you're looking for and what you find aren't the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, we still need to look for what we're looking for. Why don't you take a picture of it? That way you can keep it with you.
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. She'll pull out her phone and take a picture, but she'll like keep staring at it. It's really hard to get the whole thing. There's not a whole lot of room to like get the entire scope of this.
Oh, does your phone not do panorama photos?
I've never done it before.
Oh, here, let me get it for you, and then I'll send it to you. And Uriel will pull their phone out and get a panorama picture of the mural and send it to them, knowing it's going to be easier to steer them around with their nose buried in their phone than stubbornly staring at a wall.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, did you send the picture already?
Yeah.
Oh.
The wonders of technology.
She won't open her phone. She doesn't
Tell you what,
take
you
it
can-
out.
Yeah, the mural's lovely, but we gotta keep going.
You can go. I just want to stay here.
I know you do, but it's not safe. That's why I sent you the picture, so you can keep it with you.
That's really nice.
Come on.
You try to get her to open her phone, because she hasn't even pulled it out yet.
Yeah, Uriel will try and at least get the phone out and get her attention onto the photo.
You grab it from her, and it's locked, and you can kind of manage to pull her attention away enough to unlock it. And then she looks at it like, oh, that's a really good picture of it. That's great.
Isn't it? Now you can keep looking at it, and I'll help direct you around so you don't run face first into a wall or someone trying to eat you.
That's great. And she's like super distracted talking, like not really paying attention to what you're saying.
Yeah. And so Uriel will kind of link arms with her and just kind of steer her.
And Chris is like, oh, is that what it's like on the other side of that?
It's just a little bit. Everyone has their own things. My people tend to get a little bit, I think they call it OCD. Real big perfectionists. It's not the greatest feeling in the world coming out on the other side of it. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was Casey. I'm like, oh, yeah, that sucks.
You back with us?
No, that was Chris saying that one.
Oh, okay.
Casey's is still buried in her phone. And
Yeah.
you did delete them towards the gas station, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. So you leave them there. No problem. Rufus, you see Uriel linked arms with Casey, leading her, whose head is stuck in her phone, and Chris is walking behind, like, why is this my life?
Did it happen again?
You're lucky that I know how to work my own phone. She got stuck on a mural.
You know you could, well, and kind of eyes Uriel. I assume one strength.
Yeah, I'm not the strongest person in the world, physically speaking.
I mean, I could have just moved her if that's what you wanted. I didn't know what you were doing.
Nah,
That would have broken it.
I've found that in my own experiences, sometimes it's just easier to go with things. I mean, you're more than welcome to snap her out of it if you want.
I tend to not try to go with things in that regard. It just happens.
What do you want me to do?
We're fine for now. Just make sure she doesn't walk out into traffic.
I don't think she's moving. And she's like zoomed
Good.
in and looking at it.
Well, I'll let her have her day, I guess. Spike should be here any minute, from the best of my understanding. A gangrel with a prior domitee, I guess, technically speaking, of Cassidy, I believe is what was relayed to me.
That's not great, probably.
No, William is checking the cameras to see if there's any sign of Fred as well.
I will say,
Rufus, William, you're a handful of hours through so far. That's it. No sign of Fred. Of night one. Go ahead, Uriel.
I will say it is a little odd that they're coming forward now. Are we sure this isn't a trap?
No, but that's fine.
You always say that and then it's not.
I haven't died yet, so.
Got pretty darn close the other night.
Right, but I didn't, and raises his shirt up. Physically, I'm fine. Worst case scenario, we find Fred at his trap, and we run. Because I don't think that the, 5 of us can handle that. Because no offense to Chris or William, I don't think either one of them is going to do a whole heck of a lot. I have my firearm, and I know you have sensory issues when it comes to loud noises. Therefore, firearms are an issue with you.
I have my ways of dealing with it. Now that I am constantly prepared.
Right. So it will be fine. Will there be bumps and bruises, as one says? Potentially.
Chris
We'll
will actually
survive.
speak up here. I used to do wrestling in school.
Oh, good. Will you have retained some of that knowledge?
Yeah, a little bit. I only graduated a couple of years ago.
Things. You tend to forget things a lot faster than you expect.
I mean, I can't say I've like done wrestling since then, but I used to do like construction work and that to like make money.
Yeah, well, until proven otherwise, I will assume that you are not very capable in a fight against our own kind. I hope that I'm wrong. I truly do, but I don't want to find out.
Yeah, I don't really want to go against someone who could just, like, rip me apart.
So, when Spike gets here, I will talk to the individuals. And I will do whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that we get information in a proper manner.
And not too long after that, a car kind of pulls up, and it's not going super fast, but it pulls up alongside you guys, and the driver's side window rolls down, and it's just some random person. Yeah,
Oh,
Sylvie
good, Spike, you're here.
said, "This is where you guys are. Do we want to do this here?"
Maybe down the street a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I'll meet you guys down there. Is that your van down there?
Yes.
That's where I'll park.
Sounds good to me.
And I'll go down. And he parks, and you guys make your way over there. And I feel like that's a good stopping point, unless you guys want to continue. I know it's later, and this one ran longer than expected, but we also, unfortunately, didn't start at 9:30.
Yep.
So it's up to you guys. We can keep going for a little bit longer, or pause here.
I can go a little bit longer, but I'm not sure how much more we have.
Well, it's not going to get wrapped up in half an hour unless I speed through it. And while I can, I don't feel like that will give the impact needed for what's going to happen.
We should probably hold off then.
Yeah, let's pause it here, and that way you don't have to prepare as much next week.
It's fine. I just feel like this is a good stopping point here.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we wanted to speed through Williams, I assume like 45 minutes of tape watching.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let's see. So you make it through the first day, the first night. No one that remotely resembles Fred. On the second night, give me resolve and awareness.
That's actually a much better roll for him.
I felt like this fits.
Burn a willpower just in case.
Okay. 5. It's a blink and you'll miss it moment. Especially with speeding up, because you guys are looking, well, the person is looking for a child, so they're just kind of ignoring every other person that walks by. And so with the grainy picture and the really muted colors, it's hard to tell, but you see that flash of Fred's like orange hair, and it just speed walks by the window. And it would have been a fast pace already, so fast forwarding, it's nearly impossible to see. But you do, somehow. And you make him back up and like, but there's no kid here. And you have him back up anyway, and then they'll slow it down and you can see him quickly walking past the sidewalk, heading away from the clothing store.
Sorry, I thought I saw a kid.
Okay. Oh, we can keep going. Though obviously we haven't seen him yet.
Just a bit longer. If it's not this night, then he's probably not. Can't come through here.
Where's your friend? He's like been out there for a while.
I thought he'd be back too, but hopefully he's found something.
I got it. You guys are gonna get me in so much trouble.
Don't tell your boss if you don't.
They're gonna see how long the store's been closed. Can he at least get in here so I know where he is, please?
Should have quick text to Rufus of the attendants getting really impatient and being kind of annoying.
Would Rufus be tied up?
Yep. Your phone would go off, but this is probably roughly around the time when Spike is pulling up.
Would be like, just saw him. Chasing him now. Went out the back, so I didn't go out through the store. Hopefully, William understands that.
Like,
Even if he didn't fully, he understands that Rufus is no longer in the building. Yeah, so there's only like a little bit longer left here. I can speed it up faster, but it's gonna be harder to see.
my partner thinks he's found something. I should probably go meet him.
I can let you guys out the front, that way I can unlock it.
Sure. Sounds good.
And they'll step out and get like a where is he?
Yeah, William pretend to notice that the back door's open.
Give me manipulation and subterfuge.
Just one more power reroll. 2.
2? What are you guys doing? I'm gonna call the cops. Like, this isn't cool. You guys are gonna get me in so much trouble. Like, did you steal something?
Nope. And he's just gonna run out the door.
What? That's all you hear as the door thuds against the brick behind you. And that's where we'll leave things. Fantastic. Good timing. Perfect timing. I love the conclusion there. So, thank you for joining us. Stick around for some post-games talks after this. It'll be probably a good time here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Please, you can find our social medias down below, pretty much wherever you're watching this. It'd be fantastic if you guys could like, follow, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. It really, really helps. Feeds the algorithm old gods, pretty much. And gets us out there and known better, which would be great. Please, if you enjoy it, help us. Speaking of that, we also have Patreon. You guys all know how that works. If you can, that'd be fantastic. If you can't, not a big deal. Well, we understand. Money's tight. Things suck right now. Yeah, social medias, Patreon. We have a Dice Legion link in all of that, where you can use the link to get, I think it's 10% off your total order, save you some money. It's a fantastic small little company. They have some great things. We have their dice. Dengle has a couple other things from them. Coterie has a dice tray. They have clothing, a bunch of other really cool things. They're constantly switching out their dice and making new things and pulling out old things. So if you want some new click-clacks, go ahead and check them out. Get a discount. We do get a little bit of it, but it doesn't cost you anything extra and you get cheaper dice. So check them out. It's Dice Legion. I think that's everything. We're on a normal scheduled track for this week, I believe.
Yes.
Some interesting stories coming up. So, if you guys don't want spoilers, this is where you need to leave us. So thank you for joining us. Enjoy. Please continue to stick around for some of our other games and check them out. If you want spoilers, stick around for potentially, well, definitely this game, but potentially other games, depending on where the talks take us, because it kind of goes all over the place. So, today dragged on. I didn't expect it to, but that's fine. I don't mind. I have plans for next week, and I knew this was going to be a little bit more of a social game anyway, after the zombie night. Hopefully, it was at least entertaining for you guys. If not fun.
Twas.
I like Chris.
The himbo. The himbo returns. He's been gone a minute.
Yes, he has.
Questions?
I don't want to ask all of them, so I will allow other people to go first.
Should we move the van before the cops come?
Should you what?
Should we move the van before the cops come?
It's up to you guys. Up to you guys. After William tells them.
I'm really worried about Damien.
William tells them. Why are you worried about Damien?
His attitude's gonna get someone killed, I'm telling you.
I feel like a pretty stereotypical Ravnos attitude, by the way.
Exactly.
It's fine. I haven't died yet.
Oh no, I'm just waiting for him to sass the wrong person.
Look, if you only die once, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's the second time you have to worry about.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it'll be your actual death. Not death one.
Yeah. And is he a consensualist?
No.
Okay. Well, that's one crisis averted.
He is not. Someone you know is.
That's fine. As long as mine isn't.
Yours is not. Well, I mean, it depends on what you
Is
count
he-
as yours.
Damien.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you also count Chris as yours.
Right, but you said he's bagger, so.
Yeah, he's a bagger. That's why I said it depends on who else you count as yours.
Chris is bonded to me, so it kind of is mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else not bonded, therefore, nope.
Okay. Yeah, no, Damien is not consensualist.
So I would assume Scene Queen.
Yes.
Because
And the
that would make more
scene
sense.
is homeless.
Fine by me. But yeah, no. If Damien says that he has personal connections with people, he will absolutely not touch them.
I sent you what we're going to do about that. I figured it was fair.
Yep.
Move one person of your herd into the contacts. It's also Damien's contact. I figure it would suit you better that way.
Yeah, we can. I have plenty for what I usually use, and he supplements as needed, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, and we'll work on replacing your herd post this week. That was one of the things that we were going to get into, because you've now lost. If you take Dave out, you've lost 2 members of your herd.
Yep.
So we will.
Which I mean, I still had like. Yeah, I've got a bunch of people in my herd, but still, 2 out of 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a lot.
So yeah, you can put 1 dot as contacts and just put it Dave if you want to keep
Just
track
put
of that.
Dave dot.
I mean, if you want to. He is Damien's contact, so we'll I'm not punishing you by taking members of your herd.
Yeah.
It made sense to me simply because your herd, some of them are fairly close-knit, just based on living circumstances. They know each other. And that one, a little bit on the older side, was military. Is definitely going to take some young teenager and be like, let's not have you die on the street.
Yes. As somebody that would fit that bill, yes.
Yeah. Let's see. What is the conviction it is tied to? What is he?
While Faye's looking that up, Dengle, is there anything we need to prep for Thursday?
Backup characters. Not really.
I mean,
Not really. This one will be a little bit more difficult than the usual, but
More
for other
difficult
reasons.
than the usual?
Yes,
They've all been
Utah
difficult.
Utah was not usual.
I'm sure he means difficult as in we'll have to actually think about what we're doing and plan ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say from what I know about it, Gladys is not going to be feeling too good about this one afterwards. So, oh, go ahead.
So I've got Ken and the Ghoul. Because technically, that would be who Ken has with them, correct?
Was Cassidy's one-time ghoul.
Okay.
I want you guys to know, I have had this scene planned since probably game 4 or 5. It was actually initially going to be how you found out about Cassidy.
Well, now I'm definitely intrigued for next week and to see how this conversation goes.
Yes, this was originally how you're going to find out Cassidy was Sabat. Until Dengle and I realized, like, oh, hey, Sabat week.
Yes.
Then that changed, but this was the initial plan. And I still wanted this scene in game.
Please tell me that the ghoul's name is Barbie.
No, Ghoul's actually a guy.
It's a joke. And it's actually fitting for the movie that's out.
So I've heard. Yeah, that'll be an interesting game, and I'm sure there will be discussions after it. And I will also have to do probably a pretty good trigger warning in the beginning, so please remind me if I don't remember. I'll explain a little bit more post recording. But yeah, no, Dave is actually Damien's touchstone, because I gave Damien touchstones. And it is my survival comes first.
That's not going to be a problem at all.
No,
Can't be a problem. Never. Not at all.
That's okay.
Especially not with unsavory characters running around taking advantage of disgruntled youths.
How much of a spoiler do you want for the other touchdown?
Yes.
Dengle's progeny, Dingle's call.
You know my answer.
So who is a really big and prominent figure in their life?
I mean, it's either gonna be Rufus or probably the officer.
Yeah, it's definitely someone they went and sought out and told their problems, and Rufus is the other touchstone. And it's protect my community.
All right. Good news.
Touchstones
Normally
are
you
complicated.
don't. Yes. But good news, normally you won't actively harm your touchstone. So. Because I think that actually breaks the conviction.
Yes, it does, and you get a big stain off of it. Like it's not even a stain; you just like drop down one.
Yes. So we'll probably be okay there.
Once again, I figured it just made sense. He was a very important figure. Rufus was a very important figure in his life. Kept him grounded, kept him from doing stuff he shouldn't have done. To a point.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. So it made sense to me. Like, yes, Rufus is a kindred, but close ties are difficult in that kind of situation.
Yes, and I would just chalk it up to has the touchstone or has the conviction linked to the human side of the kindred, not the kindred side of the kindred.
It's the portrayal that Rufus gives. Not Rufus himself, but the mask Rufus portrays. Which, this could get interesting depending on how things go with him.
Yes.
Better keep up that mask.
You already know the plans.
I do.
I gave you quite a few of them.
Just saying. So yes, keep that in mind because that will be something interesting moving forward. Oh, and also so you guys know, the world, Dengle and I talked about this. I don't know if he's going to do it, but I'm going to be implementing it for certain key NPCs that you guys interact with a lot. The world will be growing with you. Every game that these people show up in, outside of like a phone call or a text, they're going to be getting an experience dot. So it will be slowly. It won't be as often as you guys. But the world will grow and change with you.
Makes sense.
I was kind of trying to figure out, like, yes, as a storyteller, I can just give them whatever I want, but that doesn't always feel proper. Like, yes, there will be story points where it, like, this person just has something. But this feels more fair.
It's more organic.
Yeah. So I don't know if Dengle will be implementing it, but I will be.
Yes.
They won't be getting bonus experience or anything like you guys. So they will still grow slower. But
Mine might be getting bonus experience for other actions, but not for the normal things.
and that is a possibility too. I didn't do it for the big fight or anything like that, but actions like that probably would lead to that in the future.
No, mine is if they have to Diablerize someone.
Well, that's different because they would just pick things up at that point.
Yeah. That's how mine get extra.
Who's Diablerizing people, Dengle?
0.
Oh, well, yeah.
But we all knew that, so.
Yeah, we all knew that. Not a big deal. So yeah, that's...
I like how you're just like, oh.
Well, duh. That is how the world will organically be growing, so I'm excited about that. Because there's a couple people who have enough experience now. Because I only started counting a handful of games ago. There's a couple people that I can buy things on. One experience for tonight, by the way.
Okay.
So far, you're lining up.
You know what?
Pretty much everyone for every game has gotten the bonus. Plus, I'll give a little extra.
Yeah. You know what I think would be hilarious?
Hmm.
If Chris got crazy high wits and awareness, but no intelligence, so he sees everything but has no idea what to do with it.
His wits is only 2. Force, he's very strong. Dex, stamina, and resolve. Like, he's really, when he puts his mind to something, he'll do it. And then intelligence is 1. Everything else is 2. Not the most useful, but enough.
He's amusing to keep around.
I tried to imagine what stats would a himbo have? And that was what I came up with.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate, unfortunately.
And I don't mean to be like negative connotations when I say that. I'm not trying to be mean or pick on anyone, so I apologize if anyone's taking it that way. It's in-game amusement, because that is the stereotype he is playing.
I guess I should probably put my apologies out there now. When Rufus steps away for a short period of time while we're setting things up for other things, I apologize for any feelings that will be hurt, because there will be feelings that hurt. But at least I'll let you know ahead of time. Yeah.
It'll be great. I know you have to go soon, Buttons. Did you guys have any other questions about the game tonight? Questions, comments, things you want to know about the world at the city?
Any more questions will verge into spoiler territory, so I'm going to leave it where it is in anticipation for next week.
Okay. I don't want to spoil too much. Like, I legitimately want this to be something that you guys experience.
Is anyone's domain getting hit particularly hard?
Cats. Like I explained with Dangle's text message from Varia, it's a guerrilla tactics hit and run, and they're using shovel heads to do it for the most part. So they're not extraordinarily dangerous, but they are hungry and desperate.
Yeah.
Good times. I
wonder why they're going after Cat.
Everyone else's domains is being hit as well, but they are keeping her occupied. is really what it's boiling down to. And if you have any decent amount of wits or intelligence, that's pretty easy to guess.
Yeah. I have a feeling I know what she's doing, but eh.
You want to say it to the class?
Well, if you're keeping the big scary monster occupied, then you can plan and then coordinate a strike on other parts of the city that would be far less hindered because, oh, they're taken care of. I have strong people going elsewhere.
Yeah. That's the gangrel you took out was a player.
Now we just have to figure out where exactly she wants to hit.
Well, maybe you'll get some answers.
Yes. And until otherwise told, the ghoul's name is Barbie to me. So
yeah. So, anything else?
Not for me.
Anything else for recording?
nope.
All right. So we will end it there. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed the post games. Come back and watch our games, please. Have a good one. Enjoy.
Have a safe full moon out there.